We're just gonna do an old school set video in defense of the brother. And I'm just going to defend the brother because I would want a defense like this. And we have to put things in context and perspective. Peace, family, with your man, Mr. X. Get your head out of my pocket. Been a long time since I did a video. A lot of things going on. Upgraded the phone. 2020 is trying to destroy, brother. I'm here to say I'm fighting back against you, 2020. 2020. I'm fighting back against you, Satan. I'm fighting back against you, Negroes. We all fighting back. You know what I'm saying? This is baptismal by fire. And when I see the divine energy, when I get put back in that stream, all the other energies and all the ancestors are going to look and be like, respect. That's what you died for. Respect. People respect your contributions to humanity and to the black family. And so knowing that you were born and brought up in a decadent world, you have to walk in the righteous steps of God as best you can. A true living God is a liberator. It seeks for all physical beings to live an exact and right humanistic existence. We are God living as a human form. My human existence is Mr. X. I come to free my people. I've come to tell Pharaoh to let my people go. Let my people go. Let my people go. And mind, body, and soul, especially the mind, because we're going to deal with the mind. Right now, after a few years, it looks to be another colossal conscious beef, right? And people want to talk about this to get their views. Now, understand, my ambitions is to have a bustling YouTube channel and followership so that I can exact resources from the world and create things in my own community. Not to just be a YouTuber. We don't need any black men who are strong and of prime age to just be YouTubers. We need tangible things brought to our communities. Deal with local. If you can do national, do so. There's only a very few that will do that, or that could do it, and they probably won't do it. That's okay. We want to utilize any resources we can and create those who are brave enough to take it to the elite beast. But if not, take it to your local beast. I live in Albany, New York, one of the most racist areas in the United States. And interestingly enough, we're north, right, where our people were freed to. But this rival any South Carolina, North Carolina, Vermont, so on and so forth, Virginia, Mississippi, rivals it. People leave here to go down south. People's up down south, come up north, and find racism and evil-ass, disrespectful black people, downtrodden. They're like, oh man, the stigma here, the energy here is horrible. Like, you can't escape racism and you can't escape God's wrath, but at least you like to be around some black people whom you know can fight it, whom you can raise other healthy black people. Racism isn't going anywhere. And don't think because you're in a particular area that black people are cool or living okay or getting along, that racism doesn't exist here. It does. Your very existence is doused in racism. The very system that you're a part of is racist. And if you believe it's not, you need more education. So when we say education, we don't mean 1, 2, 3, ABC. We mean a thorough knowledge of systemic white supremacy, as our brother Neely Fuller teaches us. Buy his books. Then get Claude Anderson's books. A combined what you can do to combat racism with what racism looks like, so you know how to move and the rules and laws of racism. Part of those rules and laws and effects of racism, understand that it's effects. The effects is black on black hatred, that we were trained to hate one another by the master, and our bodies are infused with his spirit. We hate each other like he hates us. And so right now, Brother Sarnetta, whom I respect, and Brother Umar Johnson, who I follow and credit him with bringing me into consciousness, understand there's always that voice that brings you into consciousness. And when I was seeking answers, that I knew that something was wrong, that black people were dying in the streets and there was no justice, and I'm looking at Black Lives Matter, I'm looking at all this stuff, and it's very, very confusing. I heard a voice, a powerful voice, that made sense of it all. And I listened to him, and I listened to him, and I listened to him. And I remember just being a sports head. And I found that I was being more interested in sports head figures talking about the race problem. And that most of them didn't want to do it. They just wanted to keep it to sports. Obviously, people go to sports channels to deal with sports. They don't want to deal with anything else. But I had started to feel like, man, I want to know more about this stuff. I've heard about it before, but I'm very interested right now. I have a hunger. And so I stumbled onto this brother on Facebook because I started going to a lot of black nationalistic, black activists, black history Facebook pages. And I kept seeing this brother's videos, 2-3 minute videos where he's just killing it. I heard Minister Farrakhan. I heard Malcolm X, Stokely Carmichael. I've heard these guys in just little clips and stuff like that. And I thought it was dope. But he spoke to me. And so I listened more and more and more and more. And then through his teaching, I could listen to everybody else, and they made more sense. The Amos Wilsons, the Polites, for going back to listen to Farrakhan, going back to listen to Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, so on and so forth. And I seen the power in that brother, and I followed him for the last 6 years. I followed him. And I've been conscious for 6 years. And I've seen brothers fight and fight and fight. No one attacking the beast, no one attacking the enemy. No one's getting in a YouTube fight with the white man. Shout out to Lord Jamal. I give him a little credit because he's going at it with Vlad right now, and I hope they keep that up. I hope they keep up the cancel of Vlad culture. I hope they destroy him because that's a much needed win. We need to see black people go against the enemy. Because right now our brother Umar Johnson is trying to build an institution of higher learning for African boys. All you got to do is be African and you're eligible to come. We don't know what the solution is. We don't know about ownership and control. We are still slaves and slave-minded. We have never been debriefed, never given our culture and our names back. Nothing has been returned. We are a brand new people. Not a better people, but a brand new people because we don't know our divine greatness. There is memories of it in the DNA, but we cannot locate it. And we've been made so that once it comes out, we destroy it. We don't cultivate it. Or we turn it over to the white man and he exploits it and then destroys it. So Brother Umar did a recent interview with Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon has come under recent fire by having Brother Griff on and on his show and talking about Jews. And so the Jews struck back as they do, tell their lies about Farrakhan, make you apologize, and then make you give up some bread. The last people that need money are Jews. but that's how they break you. So it became a business transaction, a parlay of sorts. Y'all remember the movie Training Day, right? Denzel Washington character killed a Russian mafia man, and Denzel was a little connected, so they said, this is what we'll do. $1 million, or you're dead. Now, a nigga killing a Russian mobster usually means death. So I don't know where that came from, but maybe he was so connected that he said, let's come up with a compromise here. Talk to me. What's your number? What's your taste? Talk to me. I know it's got to be a number that we can reach, and that what I'm saying, we can make this thing go away, and he just won't come to Vegas no more, and that's just the parlay, and we be good. That's what it was. You talk about Jews. You're in our industry. We control everything. You speak our name out with this guy that we whitelisted. You speaking bold and brazen. We got to put you back down, nigga. So hold that and then break off a couple $100,000 to our fund so we can send our great grandchildren to college just to learn how to properly run business and come up with new and effective ways to exploit black people. So he still has his canon class, a university of sorts of knowledge and understanding. Brother Nick has been doing a lot of reading, and I'm happy with his progress. I do believe he was talking too much on his own show. We should allow that to be, but that's what got him in trouble. That he should let the guests do the talking and not do so much talking. And so he did an interview with Brother Umar that he did like last year, and he finally released it. And so we act like slave masters to people. And, okay, put it right there. I'll get it. At a table. So he does the show. Nick Cannon asks him a question. Hey, how did you get your start when you hit national fame? And he was talking about the beginning of his ascendancy. And he talked about how he did a public access show in Chicago with a brother named Dawa. And from there, the video kind of went out, and he got all types of calls and opportunities to speak and so on and so forth. And he kind of took off from there, and he mentioned a few other things. Sadnetta, you probably will never see this, and hopefully I get to meet you. I'm coming down there on the 30th. We got to be men about this thing. We got to stop going on YouTube as I'm doing it now, but I'm not going to call you all types of names. As I was thinking or saying when I heard the video, and caught into it last night, but I was with my wife in bed, so I just left it alone. But we're going down on the 30th to Harlem to see our brother Umar, and purchase his book, because we're using this as a milestone to change our life, my family. And we're not going to nobody's church. We're going to the school, Allah, black nationalism, do for self, black empowerment. And we're going to get a recharge. And we're going to go down there and see the 5% brothers and sisters. Hopefully speak the science, support our brother Umar. Hopefully break bread with him and chat with him. Hopefully get an opportunity to interview him. And hopefully we see you there. And it's not a confrontational type of thing where I do want you to, because you right down the block apparently, go down there and see that brother. Now I'm probably going to get contentious, because what we do is nigga shit. That's the first thing we do. And you done had all these beefs with Hassan Campbell. Then you go down there and see him. So I know you're not above seeing him. But the layman person, I don't have the influence that you had. But when you're an organizer, as you know, brother, anybody can be a contributor to the movement with your contributions to revolution. Anybody, it don't matter. And you don't have a problem putting the camera in the face of someone. That was powerful what you did with the brother sitting on his hind parts painting, selling paintings. He freer than most of us. Say, where his studio at? Right here in the streets. And you gave him 5 to 10 minutes. So if you can give him 5 to 10 minutes, you can give your brother 5 to 10 minutes. Not to say that I'm better than him. No. But we're all the same ilk. Any black man, able-bodied, can be a contributor to the movement? What can you contribute to the movement? And we will put you in that place to be successful. And we will bring black people to you to help you out. And so in this instance, this back and forth bickering thing, because he did not mention you in the way that you wanted to be mentioned, you got to call them liars and name calling and all that other stuff. You did it with Polite, you did it with Hassan, you're doing it with Umar, you did it before with Umar. It's this constant beef culture on your channel. And it doesn't need to be that. People in the chat room have said when you have awesome builds that reek and vibrate of positivity, they love it. Brother Smalls is on there, ain't no hating. He admonishes you for some of the stuff that you did. He got patience with you because he used to be the same way. But you older now. I'm 38 years old. You up in your 40s. We gotta stop doing this, man. It's like, bro, like we the grandchildren. We got grandchildren almost. Like my son find a fine sister. I hope he find a fine sister somewhere. I'm gonna be a granddad. So when they look to us on how to properly act and deal with and misconceptions and things like that, miscommunications, we have to be able to show them, brother. We can't hit live, go 2 hours, and then have people call in banging on Umar. There's nobody scamming, brother. Polite, I don't know about that. You intimately involved in Polite. When y'all had y'all beefs, you bought receipts, but that's still your man. Umar got a whole building. Don't got no Lamborghini with butterfly doors. Don't got homes. Don't got wives. Ain't able to just hand somebody $1,000. He's living a revolutionary life, trying to build a revolutionary school, and he's the scammer. Understand what the devil has done to your mind. It don't matter how conscious you niggas say you are. When someone is really trying to bring the solution, a black-run institution from top to bottom, it scares the hell out of all of us. Because we really find out we're really not about that life. That's why Khaled was so powerful. Because Khaled would try to do the same thing. The same thing Umar's doing, he would try to do the same thing, and you know it. Khaled was beefing with everybody. Sorry, y'all. I got a lot. Like, it's a dusty-ass apartment. I'm trying to move from here. Khaled would beef with everybody because he was too black, too strong, and he wanted things done when he wanted them and how he wanted it. And he pained to see his people the way they were. He felt all that energy and he wore it on him and it killed him. But for every Negro he would mention, he'd mention that cracker. And in New York City, this is where you come from. This is the school of thought you come from. In New York City, you had a newspaper with Khalid Muhammad versus the mayor. Racist as Mayor Giuliani. And they went at it toe to toe. And it was obvious. You on the black side or you on the white side. If you defending Giuliani, your ass is a traitor. If you with Khalid, you with the people. But now we got all these inside beefs in the conscious community as either team black person or other team black person. And we can't be just respectfully disagree. It's got to be violently disagreeable, either with words or actions of sorts. And everybody talking about the hitters that they got in the streets. Well, you ain't talking about hitters that you got in the streets to get at these cops or the mayor or the council people that's robbing people blind. We ain't talking about that. And you're not getting with Brother Barron trying to give him some hitters so that he's protected, so that he can do more. No, y'all ain't had Charles Barron on none of y'all platforms at all. The one representative of blackness that we have in politics that everybody should be down with, as the most honorable Elijah Muhammad told us, if he's not Adam Clayton Powell, at least be in that ilk, and he should have the total backing of the people. And y'all can tend to be followers of Elijah Muhammad, and you never mention Charles Barron. No, because that would be too much like right. We must find people to beef with. And so a brother didn't mention your name, you got your panties get told up in a knot, you get the thong get tight on you, and you start acting like a goddamn female. No disrespect to the females, but honestly, all the gossip stuff is coming from men. We're doing all that. We're sending the videos. We like, yo, bro, he talking about you. It's men that's doing all that. As soon as we see a clip and someone might be hinting at, ooh, I think I know who you talking about. You edit it and you send it to the person. Yo, man, he talking about Joe ass. And here comes the beefs. No one's talking about collaborating together to come at this monster. No one. That's too much like right. You hope that no one calls and says that. You hope that no one has a discussion with you and says that because people are thinking it. That you would be wrong. And you can't be wrong on your own platform. When you have a platform, you're always right. And the person that calls in and is against what you're saying has got to be wrong. I've noticed that on all the platforms. We can have viable, progressive discussion in terms of the liberation of our people. When we say unity, come to a common ground, a code. The code is, yo, Umar, man, why you ain't show me no love on the show, man? Or you do a video, shout out to Umar for being on Nick Cannon, and Nick Cannon and him get together. It was a powerful interview. I'm going to call Umar and have him on. And then when you got him on, yo, bro, why you ain't, chide him a little bit. Why you ain't mention the brother or something that, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to look out for a brother, you know what I'm saying? And then he says, my bad, brother, you know what I'm saying? Something that you, man, you always have been a contributor. And you loved and always have a place in my heart for my career and all this other stuff. Because others have done that to you. People ain't got to kiss your toenails all the fucking time, bro. People ain't got to do that, man. He done did it in several videos. He told a life story, 4-hour fucking video, and he committed to 35, 40 minutes to you, bro. That was a few years ago. Does he got to do it every time he talk about, when somebody asks him about his career, he got to mention you all the time? And why it got to be lies? It's not a lie. It's his life. But if he not mentioning you, he's probably feeling some type of way because he's getting the little clips of you talking shit about him. So no, he's not going to mention you. You taking your little jabs at him. You not contributing to the school. You contributing to everybody else's cause, whatever the fuck it is. He's trying to build a school because we need a school. Motherfuckers been in New York all these years and ain't got one goddamn institution. Jabari School is Jabari School. You can't claim that. Shout out to Jabari. No, he don't want a small school. We don't gotta have small shit all the time. Why can't we have a fucking Harvard? Huh? Why are we always doing this slave thinking? The man at Big Tuskegee Institute was thinking big time. He said, man, go in the trash can. We got woods out here. We going in the ground. We getting the material. We gonna build our own university. They don't make brothers like that no more. We get brothers like, why don't you get a charter school? LeBron James got his own school. Umar been trying to get his school for 5 years. We get stupid niggas like that don't know nothing, just ignorant as all hell. Won't pick up a book and read. Don't look at society for what it is. We just look at other black people with a microscope. Just get all up in our own business. Just all up in here. Just gotta get all up in here. Look at the white man like that. No, that's the white man business. Because that's what we were told on the slave plantation. Leave master business, ain't got nothing to do with you. But that nigga there, get all in. What's his shoe size? What type of socks he wear? Drawers. Who his lady sleeping with? Who she flirting with? What type of car they drive? You want to know everything about another black person, and you'll tell everything about that black person. Because you niggas is scared. I tell you the truth. I can't farm. I can't shoot. I throw hands a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't train. I don't even eat right. But I'm ready for revolution. If a motherfucker try to kill me, I'm going to take the weapon I got, point, and click. And if I die like that, the divine energy will know I was trying to defend my family. Not myself. My family. Because that's the only solution. And we don't want to deal with solutions. We know what the fight is going to end up being. We know if we build anything for ourselves, they're going to come and take it. And you don't want no part of that. I don't care about no bullhorn. I don't care about no uniform. I care about no fights that you might have had in the street. You making white folks bow down to you. I don't care about none of that. That was in the past. What are we doing right now? You have the most known platform in all the world. People know Sinetta all over the world. People benefit off being on Sinetta TV. I appreciate the opportunity there. I do not appreciate the attacks on Umar Johnson. I do not appreciate that. I do not appreciate the attacks on Minister Farrakhan. I don't like that neither. Now you won't mention young Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh doing all types of craziness. You won't mention him no more. Now you doing a whole show on Umar Johnson. You go back and forth with Hassan. I don't know what Hassan is doing. I really don't care. I really don't care because y'all getting at each other and then you meeting in this peace and then y'all fighting and then this peace and then y'all fighting. I don't know. The one thing he said that I'll give him credit for is like, how do we combine our collective audiences to do better for our people? Whether he meant it or not, that was a true statement that he said. We are not doing enough building. We're doing too much salacious, slanderous ass, gossip ass, housewives of consciousness bullshit. That's what we doing. Oh yeah, Bible, 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 Bible. Shout out to Zariak for that, and that's why I mess with ISUBK. And if I could take anything from the religious entity is the closeness of them, that the structure in this organization that you could say, hey, this woman is living a cursed life. She's living a cursed life, and she's not mentally prepared to bring in a life, which is 90% of our family. I want you to know that are not mentally prepared to bring a child into this life. And she said, listen, I got to go back out in the streets. They said, all right, cool, you can go, but the baby going to stay. You can go, you can live that life, the baby will stay. And we got 10 children, and they got an army already. Shout out to Zariak and General Johanna and ISUBK. That was a powerful statement. That was a powerful story. A whole show should be done on that, getting the intricacies of it, and talk about the teachings of General Johanna. Forget all that religious game banging. That's what you do it for. This is why you have these organizations. That's the work. Those are the solutions. And then you show children, this is how we used to do it back in the day. If a family member went wayward and they was on a roller coaster ride to hell, if they had children, you take them children because the children ain't going to hell with you. Nah, you can go to hell by yourself. You're an adult. We can't control you. But these children here, they're not going to go with you to hell. Because that's what we got out there in them streets. Children that are in hell. That the parents go to hell and they take the children with them. And so whenever that button wants to be pushed by the establishment and say, hey, we want gang violence to increase, they make it happen. The chips are activated. The cells are released. The dogs are let out. But no, we don't want to deal with that. That's too much like right. That's too much in the good feeling of African people globally. That makes us feel good and want to do for other black people, man. That's powerful, man. You know what, man? I'm gonna go spend some money I'm gonna go to a black establishment and spend some money, man. You know what? I'm gonna call my auntie. I'm gonna call my cousin. I'm gonna go see my nephew. That's the feelings that you get when you hear a story like that. But nah, all right, so the topic of the show, we banging on Umar for him lying. We're gonna show all these videos here and him giving me credit, right? But he didn't give me credit in Nick Cannon class. But let's leave out the fact that you've been banging on him and shit like that and told everybody he going crazy and everything because he promoted himself. Now let's do this, right? Because we're a conscious community, right? All of us have this, hey, I'm the such and such and such and such rapper type, entertainer, basketball player, Andre Rison, Deion Sanders type personality thing, third person shit that we do. And we hype ourselves up. It's marketability, it's promotion. We don't have a marketing firm. We don't have a promotion firm. You niggas don't want to go through the painstaking process of doing that. So people market themselves through their personality. For every Ben X, there's an Umar Johnson. Ben X does it a particular type of way because he's a humble, quiet guy. That's his personality. Umar is a little bit more boisterous. That's okay. It means absolutely nothing. So was Khalid. So was Minister Farrakhan. I don't give a damn. I want my people free. We nitpick over the smallest bullshit. So what? He called himself the King Kong of consciousness. You talking about, I'm the real King Kong of consciousness. Be something else. You the Godfather of consciousness, nigga. I mean, who gives a fuck, man? We mad 40 fucking years old talking about nicknames. God damn, man. Niggas is scared of revolution. We'll fuck up anything. Go down on the 30th. I'm done, man. I'm done. I can go on for another hour. I'm done, man. Go down on the 30th. You'll be at the school of Allah. Bring your camera. Me and my wife will be there. Let's hash this shit out and stop this bullshit, man. Help this man build a school. I'm moving to Delaware and the school is there. And I'm going to help black children be revolutionaries. And I'll die on my motherfucking shield. Hasim Zenga died on his shield. He died on his post. Die on your motherfucking post. You ain't got shit else to do. There is nothing for black men to do but die on their post. Die on your post, nigga.